Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone. It's Lottie from Enjoying the Journey, Cancer as a Lifestyle. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I know I am having a good day. I am back from the hospital. I think the last time I did the video, I kind of gave you an update. I was going in for further treatment to St. Louis. As you can see, I am home with my pump. A lot of people are asking me, like, what does this look like? How does this pump work? And also my mom included. So Mom, I know you're watching. This is how it is. It's just hooked up to my port and it's feeding me. Basically, there's a bag here, a chemo bag, and it's feeding me 24/7 of chemo. So this chemo that I'm on is basically got enough in the bag for a week, and then I go in every week and they refill it, and I'm going to be on this regimen for another 3 weeks. So it's chemo that's going and going inside me 24/7, basically nonstop. It was like 4 days in the hospital, another 3 weeks at home of the chemo. So that's what it is. They gave me this little baggie to put it in. There's this monitor here that actually works the pump, you know. So yeah, that's it. And I just walk around. See, Mom, I just walk around with this little bag, and it's all hooked up to my port. And once a week I go in and get it refilled. And that's about it, you guys. See, that's how it is. So I got at first it was like really weird because it's like hanging around my neck, or I have it like, cross my body and it's kind of awkward and weird. But this is already like day 3 or so of this, so I'm just getting accustomed to it. I don't have a problem. So this time around, when I was in the hospital, I brought a project with me, which I always bring some yarn, but this time I didn't work on any blankets or anything like that. I actually brought some of my 12 cast-ons. Now, the 12 cast-ons is a collaboration that Angela from Yarn and Yarns does every year around Christmas time. She does 12 days of casting on new projects for the coming year. And they kind of go in like last 2 weeks of December and 2 weeks of the new year. And, she just casts on projects that she's always wanted to do. I've been joining her every year, except this past year I didn't do it because I just had so many of them. And, well, life happens, and leukemia happened in my life and things got put on hold. But, you guys know, if you've watched me, that everything I make gets donated to charity. So basically 98% of what I make gets donated to charity. So I've always loved doing these collaborations with her every year, the 12 cast on, because I would cast on a personal project just for myself or for my daughter or my son, or, it'd be always a personal thing because I wouldn't have time to do it any, my priorities were always different charities. So this time I wanted to bring him with because there's projects that I have not touched in, a couple years. So I brought him with me, and I had to look up, and thank goodness I write down everything in my notebook so I could remember, because let me start off with this one, and I believe this is from 2024. So not last, I think this was Christmas 23 going into 2024. Because like I said, I did not do this 12 cast on this past winter at all. So this is I think one that I casted on day 8 of the collaboration. And it was called the Lazy Crochet Sweater Top. And it was a pattern done by Knit Crow Addict. Knit Crow Addict. So I'm going to put the link down below so you can go, look that up and see her channel. And she does a lot of different sweater tops. And when I picked it up, now it was actually, I just had a panel this big, one little panel that I started. And I will tell you that I almost finished this in the 4 days. Well, I think about 3 days. 3 days, I ran out of yarn. But let me show you how much I've done. So this is a pattern, like I said, that is by Knit Crow Addict. And it is, the yarn I've used is the Nordica in the purplish, because this is purple, gray, and no, purple, beige, and off-white. But and it is basically like a crop top. See, this is, you start on the bottom, and it's done in the, look at the drunken granny stitch, as you can see, right? And then you have a, this is part of the sleeves, and this is the second panel where I left off after 3 days and I ran out of yarn. But the first panel looks like this. See, this is the whole front panel of the sweater, and you have the sleeves, and then you put them together. And so this one is actually for my daughter. Now the neckline is a picot. If you look, that's a picot across, and it's only almost like a rectangular neckline, and it has the picot. I'm sure you can see that. It's very pretty. So I ended up with not finishing because I ran out of yarn. I didn't bring enough, but I had enough. I was hoping that I would like finish this because I did so much work on it there, and I was very, very happy with it. So I didn't have a finished object. I took 3 of them with me, the 12 cast-ons, and I ended up adding to it. I updated it. I got further along in the projects, but I did not finish any of them. So this is, I got 2 panels, and the second panel, there's not much more to go to it. If you look, the sleeves are going to be like 3 length, and that's as far as I got. But I'm really excited because I'm very, very happy with it, and I like the way it came out, and I think my daughter will really, really like it. This is, I don't know if you can see the color. It is Nordica. It's got the purplish. I hope it does it justice because I really love this yarn. I feel like this yarn is perfect for sweater tops because, for one thing, it's not very heavy. So it doesn't have that heavy feeling when you're wearing it. It's like, you know, weighs a ton. I feel like it's very breathable yarn. Yeah, there you go. And I always, her tops are really croc tops because she really does do a lot of the sweater tops for younger people. But my daughter likes to have things, wear them a little longer. She doesn't like her, you know, navel exposed, or she likes to cover her behind, you know. But I love one thing she did, and, you know, here's my notes from it, right? And if you look, there is a picture that I drew and of what it should look like. So she did that with all of her, she tends to take all her patterns and she makes like a rough sketch of it. So it kind of keeps you focused on what is, you know, where you should be or what it should look like. I ended up taking, doing what Edna from Granny Crafters, Edna, has done in the past, and she's used her a t-shirt or a top, and she would lay her when she was working on a project, she would lay it up against a sweater top or something, that t-shirt, to kind of outline it and use that as her framework. This way she would always make sure that her sleeve is the right length, and I did the same thing, and that actually helped me a lot with this top. I ended up using a t-shirt, and I used that as my frame. So when I would count, even though I'm counting, you know, following the pattern and counting it, I would lay it against it, and I go, okay, I did do it right. I do, you know, so I felt more confident that it was actually the right one. So anyway, that's as far as I got on this project. I'm really happy how much I got done, and I don't have much more to go. So I'm pretty sure that I'll finish it in the upcoming week. So that's this. So then, of course, day 3, I ran out of things to do. I needed to do, so I hit the next project. The next one is actually, I hate to tell you, is about 4 to 5 years old. Yeah, it's one of those. Like I said, I tend to work on other projects for other people more than myself. And this is a top, a sweater top that I wanted to make for myself. And I actually had in this one, it is called the Crochet V-neck sweater, and it is by Hey Carrie. I will also have this down below. It was my day 5 from the year 2020/2021. So that's like 4 or 5 years ago that I started it. It is from in the color wave of Sun-Kissed Grove. It is a Chloe yarn from Yarn Bee, and it is just a whole bunch of half double crochets. On the bottom, if you look, they have a brim, what I call a brim bottom. You work it from the bottom up, and all I think I worked on it twice. This is the second time that I was working on it. I had 2 panels of this done already. This one is probably more than what, the front panel that I was working on was probably this much only done. So I did only have 1 ball of the Chloe. So I ended up using it up, and all I got as far as the front panel and working in the V-neck. So that's about as far as I got, and I ran out of yarn again. So, oh, excuse me. My allergies, I just can't stop coughing or just, and nothing's coming out. It's just like you try to blow your nose, but nothing's there. So that's kind of like my allergies have been off the charts. It's been harvest season here in central Illinois, and it's just everywhere. Or if it isn't that, then it started with the fires and being thick. When the sun would come up in the morning, you could see just how deeply orange it was when it would come up from the layers of smoke that was coming from all around us. So I did get 2. This is how much I got done, which I'm really happy with this one. Hey Carrie actually used 3 color yarns, and she did it in a stripe. Very beautiful. She has it also ribbed on the long sleeve, and I believe it's also on the V-neck. Has a rib color, so it looks beautiful. The sweater seems to be a little oversized, which is fine. This is for me. I lost some weight with my leukemia, so I think it will be oversized regardless, because I lost a little bit of weight with this disease. So this is how much I got. I got 2 panels, and my front, I have to measure it. I don't know if I have any more to do up here. And then I have to finish my back panel. And then I need to decide what, am I going to continue with a long sleeve, or if I'm going to keep a shorter sleeve. I tend to get hot, so I'm going to see how as I go. But that's about all that I did for my 2 12 cast-ons updates. I did get a lot done. I'm very happy with it. I kind of like the idea of taking some more of these projects when I go back to the hospital for treatment, just to be able to, because you're kind of stranded in the hospital, and you're kind of limited. You can't really do much, so you're kind of stranded in your chair, and you got time to do it. There's no excuse, because you're getting treatment. So those are my 2 updates. I'm really happy with them. Everybody loved the colors that I chose, and I will tell you, there's something about having cheerleaders, and in the hospital, the nurses, the actual, and even men RNs, and housekeepers, and everybody that came through, they were great cheerleaders, because they would just remark on it, like, oh, how much did you get done today? Or, oh, I love this color, or what is this? And they kind of keep you going. They give you that encouragement, so great cheerleaders. I want to thank all of them. So these are the 2 things I've worked on. I'm very happy that I was able to, get us this much done, and there's not a lot more to go, that I'm hoping that I'll be able to get it off the hooks this year. And so when the new season comes around at Christmas, I'll be able to cast down 12 projects along with Angela. I really, really love doing that every year with her. If you are a person like me that you rarely make yourself anything because you're busy making things for other people, this collaboration is great because it's something that you dedicate to yourself, that, you know, hey, I'm going to try to make this this year. And if you don't even, it's not about finishing it either. If it takes you 2 years or a year or however long, it's about, you know, once you get started. And she makes a lot of beautiful sweaters that she knits for herself. I love Angela. If you've never checked out her channel, I will put her link down below so you can check out all her 12 cast-ons that she's done every year for the last several, I'm not sure, 5 years or more. I'm looking forward to this year's as well. And yeah, and I plan to come back and show you the finished product. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. And I hope I answered some of your questions about this pump, that how it's actually working. So have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye. Oh, let's turn this off.